G'day guys, I wanted to take a little bit of time today to mention a couple of mods that I think everybody should at least try in Don't Starve Together. Most of these are mods that I would actually find it hard to play without, and while mods are not something that every player would want to use, these ones have definitely made the game so much more enjoyable for me. And I'm sure that 99% of people watching this are already aware of mods like geometric placement, combined status, and the minimap HUD, so I won't be talking about those, but I'll leave a link in the description for them as well if you are interested. I want to start though with the mod that I get asked about the most. Pretty much every single day, every time I stream, someone will ask me about this mod, Q Reborn. This is just a massive quality of life improvement for the game. You can use it to pick up a bunch of items without having to hold down the spacebar. You can pick up all of one particular item nearby, or perform an action repeatedly like chopping trees or mining boulders with minimal effort. You can use it for building or placing many items neatly like tooth traps or wormwood's crops, or crafting many items without having to click again and again, which is very useful for things like rope, cut stone, and boards, which you're gonna have to make hundreds of no matter what you do. And there's so much more as well that I haven't mentioned. It will also conveniently cancel the animations as quickly as possible, so all those mundane tasks will take as little time as required. It really is a game changer if you're someone who likes to go big when it comes to harvesting resources or just building in general, but even on a smaller scale, the little improvements are very welcome. Another really nifty mod that I make use of a lot is camera tweaks. It makes the scrolling in and out with the camera a lot more smooth and responsive. You can also zoom way further out, which is great for taking that mega base picture without clouds getting in the way. On top of this, you can rotate the screen in smaller increments, which you can use to build things like this. All of these things and more are customizable in the mod settings as well, so if you don't want to zoom out that far or that fast, you can change that. Overall, this is just a really handy mod that gives the camera the functionality that it should have already, honestly. Next is a mod that any public server or any dedicated server really should have, and that is Camp Security. It basically acts as an anti-griefing tool. No longer will you have to worry about your things being stolen or destroyed or burnt or even reskinned. This mod has got you covered. You can even designate a list of friends that are allowed to access your stuff, or just lock everyone out completely. This mod also counteracts other forms of griefing like burning the reed trap, killing Glommer or Chester, picking up flowers near bee boxes, and even planting spider dens near the spawn point. You can customize the mod to warn or kick people that violate the rules, or even just start a vote so everyone on the server can decide their fate. And if you don't play on public servers or just play by yourself, there are a few other really useful functions like announcements when bosses or important creatures die and how they died, so you can see if Deerclops got taken out by spiders when you weren't paying attention, for example. You can be notified when bosses destroy structures, or when goats die and how many are left, and much more. And everything that I've mentioned is fully customizable as well. You can turn it all on or off. You can decide what happens when someone breaks the rules, whether they get frozen or whether they die. You can even make bosses not break structures and red hounds not set fire to things if that's what you want. Like I said, this is just a must-have for anyone playing on a public server, and is pretty helpful otherwise as well. Do you guys remember the Forge? It's crazy to think that it's been almost 3 years since we got to play it, and about a year and a half since it disappeared. I'm sure there are many players today that have never played or maybe not even have heard of the Forge before, but if that's you, fortunately, we have the fabulous Reforged mod, so you can try it out yourself or revisit a classic Don't Starve Together game mode. I've actually been playing it a fair bit recently with the people in my Discord server, and we've all been having an absolute blast. This mod does a really good job of being true to the original Forge, but has its own improved version as well. All of the newer characters, except for Walter, have their own unique abilities as well. The mod also keeps track of your progress in the form of XP and levels, and this carries over to any Reforged server. And speaking of which, there are usually a handful of public servers that you can jump into and play with others whenever you like. And if you ever get tired of the classic Forge mode, There are a bunch of other modes and settings that you can tweak to make it harder or easier or just plain crazy. I highly recommend this mod to anyone. You're basically guaranteed a good time. And it kind of leads me into the next mod that I want to talk about, Skins Extender. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like whenever I get a skin to open, it's always when I'm super far away from my base and there isn't a science machine for miles. This mod just opens your present straight away. No need to wait, which is great if you've been playing a lot of the Forge and don't have time to open your presents when you're getting your ass beaten by the Rhino Bros. But it also has a neat little history of all the skins you receive if you want to look at how many skirts or pinstripe pants you get later on. And those are just 5 mods that I would recommend to pretty much anyone. It honestly surprises me that so many people are still unaware of these mods, and I'll of course leave a link in the description to all of them so you can check them out for yourself. I have so many more as well. These were just 5 that I picked off the top of my head. So if you guys found them helpful, I could very easily make another video or another 10. So let me know in the comments and suggest me some other lesser known mods that you think are worth checking out as well. I'm always on the lookout for new mods, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.